Gentlemen, the issues haven't really changed since the whole furore began. It really does come down to one of, do we give, or does the courts give, the FBI the right to get into this phone, or indeed any phone? Because I think, Steve Rogers, you have to accept, if you do it once, the authorities will be back to do it again.
Richard, there has been a change, and the change is we're at war. I could buy the privacy issue if this was minor criminal activity, but we're at war and our national security is at stake here. So this is what's changed, and this is why we need the cooperation of Apple to proceed with this.
John, he's got a valid point, hasn't he?
You know, no, he does not. This is not a matter of privacy versus security, sir. You know, I'm certain, Mr. Rogers, I've heard a great deal about you, and good luck to you, that you are unexcelled in the area of information gathering and intelligence. I, on the other hand, have spent my entire life in computer security. This is not an issue of privacy versus security. It is an issue of how you want to access the phone. The FBI is asking for a master key. I have been in this business my entire life. There has never been a single instance of a master key or a back door being placed in software that was not accessed within a matter of weeks by foreign agents or black hat hackers.
All right.
There is simply no way, sir, no way to keep this within the FBI or within Apple. There are going to be dozens of programmers working on this thing.
You know, years ago, I was on a Navy base walking with two Japanese naval officers, and we were talking about technology. And one of them turned to me and said, you know, while American kids are playing Nintendo, we're building them. The point is that at one point in time, the Chinese, the Russians, they're all going to get this technology. I think if we could get it first and safeguard it, yes. But we're talking about the lives of American people, not about a burglar, not about someone who's involved in minor criminal activity, but the lives of the American people. And I get the Privacy Act. Believe me, I do. But I also believe in common sense. And common sense dictates, look, if we got a way to get these terrorists, let's do it.
John?
Well, Mr. Rogers, I didn't mention privacy as the issue here. I mentioned security and safety for America. The FBI was hacked a month ago by a 15-year-old boy who walked off with thousands of personnel records, including undercover agents. And you're telling me you're going to keep this safe? You can't, sir. It is not possible. We cannot keep things like this safe. We stopped doing this in the 90s because we couldn't keep them safe.
Okay, John, but Apple has managed to keep its proprietary software safe. Apple has managed to keep its iOS safe. So let's just say you have a system whereby half the key is held by the FBI, half the key is held by Apple. What's wrong with that?
Well, here's the problem. You're saying that they've kept their operating system safe. From what? No one's trying to steal their operating system. You'd have to build the hardware for it to run on. It's not, there's no one looking for that. However, everybody's looking for a key that will unlock every iPhone.
Eventually someone's going to get that key. But I want to go back to this phrase you're using, keeping Apple safe, the system safe. I want to talk about keeping the American people safe. And if, by golly, Apple could help out, then let's do it, okay? I understand your position. I understand the privacy position. But I also understand we need to help our national security agencies.
What do you do?
But you're not helping the American people, Mr. Rogers. If, in fact, I'm telling you, within a matter of weeks. Well, who cares? That's what it's all about, is helping the American people and protecting us.
I believe the majority of the American people want to be safe.
Let me ask you, Mr. Rogers, what do you do?
Of course we do, but we want to be safe also from hackers getting into our telephones, stealing our money, our credit cards, and our IDs, watching our daughters while they're in the bathroom. Good Lord, sir. Well, this is the problem,
and Richard,
too.
they have done that.
So what are you are weighing... I'm sorry?
Gentlemen, I'm going to, Bell, as I ask the next question.
Yes, sir.
What about this argument that says, and this is the argument that if, Steve Rogers, if the US gets its way, the FBI gets its way, then soon China simply comes up with a legitimate court order and says, our court has said we want it too. Oh, and by the way, here's a court order from North Korea, such as it might be. Oh, and another court order, Germany would like it, and the UK, and before long, every country is coming up with valid court orders for Apple to do the same thing.
I believe that therein lies your national security issue. I don't believe there's a court in this country that would allow a foreign country to get that. However, saying that, Richard, I believe they'll get this information and this technology before they need a court order.
John, the final word to you, sir. Do you accept that if this goes all the way to the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court votes that Apple loses, the FBI wins, Apple has to provide the necessary software, has to do, under the rule of law, that which it's ordered to do?
Well, then that would be a tragic day for America, sir. Mr. Rogers continually says, well, we will at least have the software first before the foreign agencies get it. Well, if you don't have the key, nobody gets it, and we're safe from the foreign agencies. There are hundreds of millions of people using the iPhone. We are all at risk if the FBI gets its way. And there are many ways that they can get access to this. I've offered for free to give them access to the phone. There are tons of ways to do it, sir, and if the FBI does not have the capability, then my heart is saddened.
How about we work together? How about there is a happy medium somehow, some way? Maybe the FBI and you all could work together.
Gentlemen, I thank you both for joining me, and I think that we can all agree a reasoned, respectful and decent debate that we have enjoyed. Thank you for you both.